For online grading, I love it. You don't have to email a teacher. You don't have to wait for them to get your grades back. A multiple, I guess that only goes with multiple choice. But in class, multiple choice and short answer, you have to wait to get it back. Online, you get it back right away and know you failed or know you passed. And I've also had a couple classes where it's a mixture of both, and I got the multiple choice done and it told me what I got wrong, and then for the short answer it said just wait to grade. So I knew most of my grade already and I was just waiting on the short answer.
When you're thinking about grading online coursework, again, the teacher has to be very clear from the beginning what kinds of things are graded and what kinds of things are optional experiences, because I've designed some work where some students want a little more time to talk about something, and so you give them an extra discussion area to work, or they have a Twitter feed or they have a Facebook group, and that's great. They're really into the content, but you're not maybe grading some of those things. They're just environments that you offer as sort of an optional experience for students. But anything that's related directly to the learning outcomes of your course should then be aligned to certain assessments or activities that students do to sort of demonstrate that they've accomplished those. It's called competency-based learning, and it's a direction that most of our schools and institutions of higher education are going, because it's not enough to sit through a class and get a grade if you really can't demonstrate that you've learned anything. So again, what are you doing in this class to demonstrate that you've learned? And then how does the teacher assess that? Most teachers, when they're designing courses, then they're going to list the specific things that you're going to be doing, and they're also going to have either some scoring guidelines or a rubric, or maybe even some examples of work that other students have done in the past that met those requirements, to give you as a student a very good idea of what you're supposed to be accomplishing. And then how do you submit those things? Well, it depends. It could be, if it's a written paper, you're maybe uploading just a Word document or a PDF file, and then the instructor may add comments to that or grade it within their LMS where they can give you feedback. So they may fill out the rubric, they may give you a document back that's marked up. Some instructors may let you do it again if you didn't get a really good score on it, so that you can again learn by replicating it again and doing better. But again, that's again up to the grading criteria and the teacher, so you really want to pay attention from the beginning on what's required, when it's required, can I have a do-over or not, and what criteria is being used to evaluate me. It could be that you're participating in discussions, and so the instructor may say, you know, you have to post this many times. And I usually say you have to have a substantive response, which means you can't go, yeah, dude, that was right, really cool answer. That response had no substance to it. So something that shows that you've either read the material or you've thought about what the questions were, and you're engaging in a real intellectual way to, again, demonstrate that you're on track to showing that you are accomplishing those learning outcomes. It could be that you're uploading images, you might create a video, you might do a slide rocket presentation on a topic. So again, there are multiple tools that you can use sometimes to meet requirements of instructors, but they should very clearly outline what those options are, what's required, what are the criteria, where's the rubric, and in those ways you should have a pretty clear idea of what you need to do.
I tend to do more multiple choice online because I like auto grading. I like for students to be able to see their grades immediately when they're taking a class online, because the class is so regimented and structured. So it's a 1,000-level course that I typically teach, so I don't feel bad about asking them multiple choice questions. And in the face-to-face setting, as long as the class is not too big, I will ask essay, almost pure essay. So I tend to go more multiple choice route online. I just find that grading essays online is not a particularly pleasing experience, because I can't just write on a paper the way I can face-to-face. And so, you know, what I tend to do when I'm actually grading anything online is I tend to fall back into my mode as a scholar, and I go right into track changes mode, and I'll start editing their writing, and I'll start trying to, I won't just grade their weather response. I'll end up, you know, correcting comma faults and things like that, and it's a really it's hard for me to grade essays online, so I tend not to do it.